Welcome, CNG 124 500. Awesome. This is really awesome class participation during the week, and this is what it should be. Um, I know a lot of students, online might be just a different form factor because you're not able to do it online. But even if you just log in for one time during the week, it really helps you um, start to learn the information just because you're exposed to it one additional time instead of waiting for Saturday and Sunday to cram the information. I'm glad Friday, Saturday are definitely lower than Tuesday and Thursday. I wish I could see Monday, um, but I'm definitely happy to see the amount of participation in the week being mostly in the week. Um, because that just shows me the involvement, the commitment from you guys to the course. So let's see. This week we're looking at the network layer, and when we look at the TCP/IP layer, keep in mind once again, it's just a theoretical way to look at the information that travels across the internet and in the computer. It's just a simple way to say, hey, look, we're talking about uh, this. We're talking about this aspect, and this is what it means compared to another level. And that's the way you explain it. You say, okay, from the physical level, I guess take it from a security standpoint. You say, okay, at the physical level, we have the cords secure. The access points are hidden. The routers are behind a locked door. And then you say, okay, let's move a step above that, and let's see where the security lies in the next layer. And that's where we start to break it down piece by piece. This week we're building a switch network. So last week we looked at a hub. This week we looked at a switch. And we saw what a hub did when you sent a ping across the traffic. And when you look at the hub, um, the question was asked: was there any filtering of bits? Did the hub filter at all? What happened when you sent that ping out? And when you sent that ping out, the hub took that one ping in, and then you saw it broadcast that ping out every other channel, which created more network traffic. And if we were in class using a hub, I don't have a hub anymore. And basically, I shouldn't say way back when we were using hubs, the lights that were shown on the switch, or I'm sorry, the hub itself, would show you a collision and connectivity. So it would light up orange if there was a collision, and you can actually see that if 24 students were in class and we're running two hubs, split the class up in half, and we're running two hubs, you'd see that we start to get collisions, and as the hubs would keep on broadcasting more, the collision would just keep on happening more and more and more until the network really bogged down. And that's when kind of the use of switches really started taking over, because switches start to filter the packets based on, since we're talking about switch, you can say the MAC address, because that would be the most, yeah, it'd be the MAC address because that's just local. And then let's see, and then for this week we look at router components, routing tables, IPv4 header fields, IP characteristics, and then we jump into subnetting 4. Subnetting 4 has the same components as the last few subnettings. And this week we jump into A's, B's, and C's. So we're definitely start to differentiate what we know now, and you apply it to other domains. It's still going to be the same process of borrowing bits. You just have to remember how many total bits there need to be when you're borrowing. So let's see, we take a look at that's a C, that's an A. So in an A, you have to remember what belongs to the network, what belongs to the hosts, and then you have to start from there. That's the only different combinations for A's, B's. You really have to look at what belongs to the network, what belongs to the host, how many do I have, how many do I need, and make sure those all equal the total. I don't want to give too much away. The total amount of the bits in a IP address. And here we have a B, 500. How do you get to 500? There is a cheat sheet, and if you want to take this with you, I think it's a great time to introduce this. Packet tracer, IP workbook, syllabus. Well, I thought it was here. But if we go IP cheat sheet. So if you look at an IP cheat sheet, some of these are going to be easy to read. Some of them are not going to be easy to read. Let's try this one out. It's a new one I haven't looked at. So here we have the prefix, the number of addresses, wildcard. No need to pay attention to this yet. A's, B's, and C's. So from the CIDR, we can get the subnet mask, which it doesn't tell us the amount of hosts right away. I like how it shows you here too, subnet IDs and broadcast addresses -1, -1, which is our -2, and that gives us the whole usables. But it doesn't tell us, one thing it doesn't tell us was I guess it does give us the addresses. So if we were looking for like 500 addresses, we would want to use a /23, and then we have to start counting by 512s. If you see my other videos, I'll show you a quick way to do some counting. That helps me, but whatever subnetting way helps you, definitely use that subnetting. This is a decent cheat sheet to use, and as you can see, it definitely helps you out in figuring out how many addresses you need, or how many addresses there are versus how many you need, and helps get you that fit there that you're able to use. The wildcard would be used for actually in the switch itself, but we're not doing that in this course. Good cheat sheet. Feel free to use this one. Feel free to Google and use any one you'd like. I thought I had a cheat sheet loaded in the course, but I do not. I don't see it listed anywhere on here. And it actually shows you using A's, B's, and C's. I thought it was similar to this one. But it shows you the breakdown, showing you, the student, the breakdown of IPs addressed to A's, B's, and C's, and how many users are in each of the subnet masks within that one. Yeah, it's the same one. But I'll poke around. Feel free to use any cheat sheet you want. Like you just saw, I just pulled up a quick Google search, and that is one of probably the best IT components that you'll see is learning to look for the answers. Because in IT, it's not really, especially networking, when you go to program switches, routers, and use scripts, it's not about making the stuff up. It's about finding somebody who already made it and put their knowledge into use, because it's not, the wheel's already made, the wheel's already invented, and we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. A version of the wheel is already out there. We just need to get their version to work our version of the wheel in that case. If you have any questions, reach out. Make sure you're using Google Hangouts for that communication process. It goes right to my phone. Um, I answer you. Hopefully, I keep those times pretty far down unless I don't have my phone on me. Uh, the apartment's pretty much unpacked. Um, I did receive an email from Front Range. There will be no manufacturing of the networking kits this semester. I'm sorry, guys. There's just no way to get that done. Um, and we'll have to just drop that lab. I'll give you guys credit for the lab so it doesn't count against you. Um, if you want to do like a winter project or something, or make some chords, once again, feel free to reach out. Um, D2L, I monitor D2L past uh, past the end of this course for the rest of that course. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, send me contact information there, and say, or even in Google Hangouts, you can direct message me after I close that. I actually leave that open until the start of the next semester. Um, but feel free to reach out and say, hey, look, I got uh, I got $40, or yeah, $40 should be able to get you all the material. I got $40. How can I do this? Wiring your house is a great way to start. Even here at the new apartment, um, I have cord. I had to set up everything on Wi-Fi first, which is not bad because Wi-Fi speeds, now we're getting 400 megabit speeds from Wi-Fi accessories, and that's pretty darn good connection. Um, but to get that close to that gig range, of course, we have to be wired, and I have to make that cord that's 17. I think I measured it 17 feet long. And of course, when I have that perfect cord made, it hides right behind, where the couch is supposed to go. It goes right along the wall, on the floor, up to my desk leg, and then it gets hidden underneath the desk by the cable channel. So, just having that skill set of making cords, very, very useful, and having those tools around. You're not going to make a cord every day, but just having the ability to make those cords, very, very useful in a real world situation. With grading, I'll start grading everything from last week that I owed you to this week. Get it all done today because it's Columbus Day, and I'll leave it at that. You guys have a great week. Talk to you soon.